last year my daughter wrote JAMB.
Okay.
And there's what they call mock JAMB. I don't know whether it took place this year.
Okay.
And I was told that she was going to do her mock exam in a school somewhere in Mboshimini, here in Port Harcourt, Canada. I'm born and bred in Port Harcourt. I'm over 50 now. But do you know what? It took me about 2 hours to locate that place.
That's in Ajib.
That's in Ajib area. Yeah. It took me about 2 hours for an exam that was to start about 7 a.m. It took me about 2 hours. Much as, I'm a Port Harcourt boy. I tried as much as possible asking until I was able
to get the center.
To get the center. And that may be the story of some of these students across the federation. So while most of these centers are located in urban centers where you can easily access, some are in remote. There are people who wrote the exam somewhere, some in Dele, Ahoda, and all of those. So that's one thing you will want to consider, the reliability of this exam. Is an issue.
Some people have argued, if you listened to the news yesterday, you must have heard, that this signifies a drop in the standard of education in Nigeria. Do you agree with that?
There are issues in the Nigerian educational system, no doubt. We can't run away from that.
Okay.
In fact, the educational system is on trial.
Okay.
We can't run away from that. I'm beginning to think. The other day, my very senior colleague was here, Professor K.K. Aaron. Okay. And he was reeling out his experience with our students, the very lack of seriousness. And I'm beginning to fear that this very wrong narrative that education is a scam is beginning to take its tolls in our educational system.
So people are beginning to believe this, the children are beginning to believe.
I'm beginning to fear that it's beginning to take a toll because the level of seriousness has dropped. Canada.
Okay.
And for anyone who is listening to me now, I'm not a Gen Z, and I don't think you are.
No, I'm not.
Good. In those days, preparing entrance exams into the university or your O-level examination was like near do or die.
It's not like it was do or die.
Good. And we had this. I won't call it a drama. We had this prep time where you will have a bucket of water, soak your leg, and then look for an ice block to cool your head. Those who are listening to us now who did their West African school examination about the 80s or late 80s when we did, will tell you that was just it.
Do you think we should change the manner of teaching, maybe make it more appealing to the Gen Zs and the TikTokers? Do you think that will work?
Yeah, if you have this how will I call it now? Some form of simulation, something that can arouse interest in learning, facilitate the environment in such a way that it will be appealing. All right, they could pick up.
Okay,
but a situation where have you been to some public schools? I mean, where students will sit on the floor.
Yes, I think I have.
And so how would you expect that student to pay attention for a student who is sitting
want to go to school?
What is let me tell you, sir, we have always been running after the right policies and not implementing. I hope you know about the school feeding program, which other countries have used to reduce the level of illiteracy. But here we are. The school feeding program has run into scam.
But how do we make the main people, the students, the key stakeholder, which is the student, how do we make him prioritize education?
I think we should begin to give them a new orientation. I told you that, ab initio, that this very false and misleading narrative that education is a scam appears to be affecting our children adversely.
All right.
So let's do away with that false orientation.